Haleluya imbe nnyo lunaku lwa kitiibwa lwafu. Mazima ddala Kristo awangudde, Kristo azuukidde. Haleluya imbe nnyo lunaku lwa kitiibwa lwafu. Mazima ddala Kristo awangudde, Yesu azuukidde. Haleluya imbwe nnyo lunaku lwa kitiibwa lwafu. Mazima ddala Kristo awangudde, Yesu azuukidde. Salutation to you, dear brothers and sisters on the African continent. Bob the Mechanic right at your screen on this Easter Sunday, where we have just renewed our commitment to seek for piety in its entirety towards the Most High through His loving Son, Jesus Christ, with whom they reign the universe in the unity with the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Brothers and sisters, today it is a beautiful day. Bob the Mechanic sending my wishes to you, celebrating Easter Sunday. We have just renewed that commitment towards God, by means of Jesus Christ, who defeated death, to be exact, 2025 years ago to date. So brothers and sisters, the Christ power, the individual Christ power within my being strikes out in the boldest fashion to the hilltops of supremacy achievement and synthesized vacuum. So dear brothers and sisters, the cross must mean a lot to us each and every year whenever we renew this commitment towards Christ. Christ, the living Son of God, the Christ power that vibrates within our inner core. You understand? That is the invisible intelligence that is meant to guide us whenever there is need. Brothers and sisters, undeniably, if we reflect back to the teachings of Jesus Christ, all the way, when he first appeared in the temples of those scribes and Pharisees, each and everybody who heard the way he was teaching, they were mesmerized, they were perplexed, and they were so enticed by the wisdom that was unfolding before them, being promulgated by a young man in age, but cosmically he was endowed because he existed prior to all humanity. Brothers and sisters, if we can deduct from the words of God's chosen one, namely Enoch, who saw him and named him ahead of his days, who was there. And you remember, if you observe the Holy Scriptures, God said, and we said, let us make man in our image, meaning Jesus was there during the creation. He himself, he said that Adam knew me, Abraham knew me. So brothers and sisters, Christ existed prior to Adam. So when God saw that things were spinning out of control, he sacrificed his beloved Son to come down and live in the flesh, to teach us that he is the only way and that only the truth will set humanity free. Brothers and sisters, if we follow the tenets, the proverbs, the actions and the precepts that Jesus set for us, we can see that we can live a life that is peaceful. So brothers and sisters, let us always recite the prayer our Lord taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed is your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all sorts of evil. Brothers and sisters, it is a prayer which was taught to us by Jesus Christ, the living Son of God. Brothers and sisters, He is alive in us. The Christ power in my being rejuvenated my mind, body, and spirit in unison to voice the eminence of God in my being. Brothers and sisters, it is a beautiful Sunday Easter. Sunday Easter. Sunday Easter. May the Lord continue to guide us through His loving Son, Jesus Christ. Brothers and sisters, Bob the mechanic, whenever you see me with a red beret donned on my head, you know it is nothing else but the struggle of freeing ourselves from the bondage of dictatorialism. Brothers and sisters, that is undeniable. Brothers and sisters, we continue to expose the hypocrisy of people who are regarded as leaders on the continent of Africa, particularly in Uganda or in East Africa, because the things that torment us, they are all connected and they stem all from one individual, none other than that is Dictator Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, a former refugee from the country of Rwanda, a neighboring country of Rwanda. That is the man who came and he could not appreciate the loving kindness to which God responded to him and said, let me take you in the foreign land and show those people in the land that I can bring a foreigner and be your leader. I'm quite confident with regards to natural laws or the 10 commandments, God wouldn't allow Mr. Museveni to come and slay people who have never done, who did nothing to his, tribal people, So the things Museveni have done to us, these are the things that the Christ power keeps reminding us that it is a collective responsibility that we should inform our brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa that we are being subjugated for the past 4 decades. Brothers and sisters, for the past 4 decades. But thanks to the Most High, because He will never forget the afflicted ones. Brothers and sisters, everything that unfolds before us, it is a lesson since we are in the journey of life. So brothers and sisters, what have we learned? What have we learned from Mr. Museveni's persecution against the truth, against that which is righteous? And he wants us to believe that crookedness must be accepted in the society, civilized as it is in Uganda. He wants us to believe that jungle methods can administer human relations, which is very, very wrong and detrimental to the future of our aspirations as a human race as a whole. So brothers and sisters, standing before you here, it is to remind you that we are still demanding the unconditional release of all political prisoners. We are still demanding that Mr. Museveni must be held accountable by African Union, by the Parliament of East Africa, and most importantly, the Pan-African Parliament. Brothers and sisters, if we turn a blind eye to these kind of barbaric acts, brothers and sisters, there is no way we can keep on renewing our commitment of the Christ power. Brothers and sisters, in all his sojourning of the earth, Christ never covered that which is detrimental to humanity. He spoke about it. And where it was necessary, we saw him vehemently chasing away the hypocrites. Brothers and sisters, the temples of worship, those are the temples where we go to seek piety, where we go to seek solace, where we go to congregate, where we go to church with one another. So brothers and sisters, in Uganda as we speak, spiritually speaking, Mr. Museveni successfully managed to infiltrate all spiritual denominations or spiritual leaders. These are the leaders who speak the words that soothes the burning desire of Ugandans to be led as opposed to be ruled over. So brothers and sisters, by speaking out, by speaking up, by exposing these individuals, we are saving our faith. That is the Catholic Church. This is the faith that raised me. It is rooted in the core of my being. So, I would not allow any hypocrite, a man who dons on a gown and a cap and say that we should listen to what they say amidst the oppression. Brothers and sisters, fellow Ugandans, you will agree with me according to what we witnessed during the procession of the cross. We can attest to each other and we agree that it is religious leaders who are holding Museveni, who are supporting Museveni to keep us enslaved. So imagine, brothers and sisters, if the Catholic Church, universal as it is, if it can issue an ultimatum that Mr. Museveni, the young men of Uganda and women have been complaining before us that you are abducting their friends, brothers and sisters, even their kids, that the orphanage is on the rise and the widow women are just increasing, not because of diseases, not because of plague or anything of that sort, but of a causation they are fully aware. So all the effects, these religious leaders seem to be condemning the effects, well knowing the cause. In their condemnation, they do not point out for the congregants to know exactly where the message is being propelled. If we reflect to some of the precepts of our Catholic Church, which furnishes milk for babes and meat for strong men, if we are in a jeopardy such as this one, and you can see that 18 above, that one is considered to be a man, then why do you keep on feeding them milk? By saying that, I mean that when these men of God, I will use that word, these leaders in our faith, when they speak, they do not point out Museveni. They do not speak Museveni's name. They say that people should stop abducting people. What do they mean exactly? Brothers and sisters, the reason why we are fighting for our Catholic faith to stay on its traditional tenets is that faith plays a big role in the stabilization of the society or communities in which we live. So for us, we are entitled to reclaim that, even though these who are leading us in prayers are being, accustomed to bribery and to be intimidated. We are all surprised. How can men of God fear their fellow mortals, well knowing the Christ power within them? Should we consider this cowardliness to be as hypocrisy, and the words they speak at the altars carries no value? No, the encryption from which they deduct, they carry value. But the way the message is being disseminated, it is so veiled. It is veiled to the extent that a young man who is agitating for change can feel like, no, if men of God are not pointing out specifically to Museveni that he is the one killing the people, that he is the one abducting the people, that he is the one who is sodomizing, he is the one who is supervising the sodomization of young men and women being abducted by his own security forces. Brothers and sisters, these security forces who are abducting Ugandans, they are not constitutional, right? There is one particularly known as SFC. That is a militia that is enforced into the society. This is the militia commanded by Dictator Museveni, supervised by his son Muhoozi Kainerugaba. So all the Catholic Church knows this exactly. Why is it that only few individuals comes out and speak candidly to power, and say, stop abducting our congregants, stop abducting, stop tormenting the souls of God within physical embodiment? Mr. Museveni continues to do this because of the leverage given to him by the Catholic Church. By the Catholic Church. I'm not hesitant to pronounce that, to speak it candidly before global citizens. The Catholic Church is a universal church. Take it or leave it, my brothers and sisters. Take it or leave it, my brothers and sisters. This is the church. If we put it into percentage with regards to Uganda, this our faith, the most denominant faith in Uganda, it accounts to almost 80 or 75%, right? Now, undeniably, we saw that yesterday. We saw that on Friday. Yes, on Friday, during the procession of the cross. Brothers and sisters, Jesus reminded those who sojourned with them, especially the 12 disciples. He asked them, are you ready for your cross? Are you ready to carry the cross? When Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Mitembo Ngobi Ogengala Pieni Musinguzi Ngobi. Mitembo, when he came, he said, fellow Ugandans, this is not an individualistic task. This is a collective task whereby everybody should be involved. Inclusivity has played a very big role. Thus, we have managed to carry the cross. It's heavy. It's heavy emotionally, physically. But the people of Uganda have exhibited resilience. Resilience and the resistance that accumulates towards unjust laws. How about people who are well known by the universe church, that is the Catholic Church? The Catholic Church, we are not happy with you because you are sitting and concealing Museveni's murderous tendencies. Tula said you, Apostle ASP Asime, have been teaching the gospel of St. Peter, where he said that the judgment starts within God's congregants. Those are the disciples. Those are men and women of God. Those are people who were bestowed according to conventional understanding to shepherd the flocks of God. Right? The flocks of God. But the flocks are listening each and every day. The werewolf is known where it is hidden. There is a thicket codenamed as State House. That is where the werewolf comes from. Jesus himself, he taught candidly in the broad daylight that a good shepherd will leave the 99 sheep and go look for the missing one. Brothers and sisters, what about the 18 missing Ugandans? Catholic Church leaders, are those sheep worthless? Are they not supposed to hear the word of God? Why is it that you don't set an ultimatum as a Catholic Church and tell your congregants that fellow Ugandans from the eastern region, in the western region, in the northern region, in the southern region, that we are all concerned to the disappearance of our fellow congregants before God? Catholic Church, Archbishop of Kampala Diocese, Archbishop of Western Uganda, West Buganda, that is Masaka. We need a voice that is irreversible, the voice which is born of conviction, because everything is justifiable. The words we speak because our just leader, God's chosen one, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, showed us that we should not trust the courts of dictator Museveni. And when a petition was signed in contesting Museveni's self-swearing in as the president of Uganda, His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, prior to file the dockets, he informed the Ugandans that we are going into the judiciary to expose it. We are not expecting justice to be rendered in our favor, but we are going to see the hypocrisy within learned friend. Brothers and sisters, it came to pass, and when he withdrew the case and pressed it back into the hands of those who entrusted him with the responsibility of leadership on the 14th January year 2021, we are still demanding that victory because we willed for just leadership to which we have not attained yet. Though we are optimistic that it is attainable and it is within our reach. Brothers and sisters, let us hold the Catholic Church accountable for concealing Museveni's deeds. We are not going to come here, start reciting how many Kirigsmen Museveni's brutality have claimed. The souls of those Kirigsmen who were speaking nothing but truthfulness to power, their souls mysteriously demised by Museveni's brutal regime or his blood-stained hand. Brothers and sisters, they are all known. The Catholic Church is entitled to demand for the post-mortem of its Kirigsmen, namely Cyprian Kizito Lwanga, namely Cardinal Nsubuga Emmanuel, namely Bishop Kagwa, namely Bishop Lwanga Jonah, namely not forgetting Janani Rumu, not forgetting Janani Rumu, who was assassinated by Museveni solely to tarnish the image of President Idi Amin Dada. That is known, and it is acceptable to a mind that is so very much researchful and with due diligence to where we're coming from. If we get to know exactly where we're coming from, we're going to know exactly who we are dealing with. I'm not reciting that because we don't know where we're going. We know exactly because we know where we're from, we know where we are, and the projection of where we want to reach, it is in sight. We can have a glimpse, we can have a glance of the panorama of a new Uganda that waits our souls to render service to it. Brothers and sisters, the Catholic Church is equally entitled to demand the whereabouts of the missing 18 Ugandans. Who happens to be the congregants of the Catholic Church? Who happens to be the congregants of the Islamic faith? Who happens to be the congregants of the Canterbury Church? Who happens to be the congregants of the Orthodox? Who happens to be the congregants of the Seventh-day Adventist? Who happens to be of all the faiths in Uganda? All the faith in Uganda. Brothers and sisters, this is real. This is real. And men of God, your silence propels in the masses into a chaos. A chaos which will be so nasty that even it might lead to the destruction of those temples where you feel that you are comfortable. They took time. Their architectonics, it is spectacular. The Masonic architectonics are there. But if chaos erupts, my brother, according to the exposure of science in the society, those temples may be turned down. You don't know Why the temple of the Most High, constructed by King Solomon, it was toppled and turned into ruins? Because the Pharisees and the scribes turned the temples into marketplace. Brothers and sisters, we hear Catholic priests complaining that people are not paying tithe anymore. You understand? Where are they gonna get the tithes when Museveni stifles each and every entrepreneur in the country? Where are they gonna get the money, the love to contribute to the church as they did from its inception? When you are quiet, while their children, their young ones are being abducted before you, Catholic Church, please, 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 please. I'm not gonna stick to the Islamic faith. I don't belong there, though I follow, because the difference, it is but a thin line which is negligible. Which is negligible, right? But my emphasis, it goes to the Catholic Church. To the Catholic Church. To the Catholic Church, we are demanding your involvement with a reverberating voice. You know very well that Museveni has been massacring people. Catholic Church, you are fully aware of that. You are fully aware of that. We want you to mention Museveni so that the international community gets to know who is killing people. Who is killing people? Who is Museveni? Who is Museveni? What is his status? Is he a citizen by descent? Did he acquire citizenship? How did he become who he is? Can the Catholic Church mobilize the congregation and call those to account, those who represented Uganda in the construction of the Code CA or Constitutional Assembly, who apportioned the Museveni that kind of unfathomable power to kill? Power to kill? Who gave Museveni that power? Catholic Church, what is it that you don't see? The taxpayers' money is being squandered. The taxpayers' money is being embezzled. The taxpayers' money is being misappropriated before your own eyes. You have been accustomed to beg money from a murderous regime, well knowing that the murderous regime imposes policies that infringe on the livelihood of your congregants. Thus, they can no longer contribute to the well-being of the church. Now you think that Mr. Museveni, he is the only option. We are saying you are just human being as we are. Okay? What we are saying, our following your leadership does not mean that you are going to lead us into an age of an abyss. No. Your quietness amidst the injustices pose questions. Whether you are in connivance so that Museveni can annihilate the entire congregation. Are you in support of dictator Museveni? Catholic Church Uganda, I will always emphasize on the words of Pope Philip III, who said that not to oppose error is to support it. Not to defend justice, it is to oppress it. And indeed, not to confront wicked men in higher positions of leadership, it is not a less sin than to support them. That is Pope Philip III, year 600 AD. Not 600, year 60, year 64 AD. Year 60, year 600, yes, year 600 AD. He stated that not to oppose error, it is to support it. not to defend the justice. It is to press it, to oppress it or suppress it. And indeed, not to confront men such as Museveni, men who are wicked in nature like Museveni. It is not a less sin than to support Museveni, right? If you sit in your offices and start strategizing where to get money, and you say that money must come out of State House, well knowing that you have the congregants, how many people does State House houses? Leave alone the fact that it is where taxpayers' money is being poured. The taxpayer money, it is not used to eat food in State House. It is used to bring scientists from North Korea, from China and India to start developing pathogens. Catholic Church, you are quiet. Credible information comes out on the internet. You don't even take time to verify it. Apostle ASP Asime of Bible and Politics for the past 2 or 1.5 years has been informing Ugandans that Mr. Museveni started developing pathogens. They are being developed in Namunkekera, whereby that industrial area belongs to Museveni's younger brother, that is Salim Saleh. That is where the pathogens, all sorts of poison, embedded in ceramic cutleries are being manufactured. These are all known to the social media, but a well-established Catholic Church does not inquire into these matters. They are saying these are social media matters. Yes, social media, what is social means? What does church stands for? It is a gathering of the people. With regards to faith, it is a gathering of the people. That is a church. Social media is a church as well. Why do we see your updates on social media if the information on social media is not credible? It is not authentic. Can you take the responsibility to search its authentication or its authenticity? You can take time for that. Much as you can sit and much as you can touch the microphone, you fathers, and say, I'm referring to Catholic Church Uganda. Fellow congregants, do not get me twisted, right? I'm referring in all the words that I'm uttering right now to the Catholic Church Uganda because of their silence. And silence in itself means either conspiring or conniving with the oppressor, right? Because the Christ power reminded the people 2025 years ago that only the truth will set the world free. Brothers and sisters, the cross upon our shoulders, it is so heavy, but according to what lies ahead, it is bearable. Let us soldier on. Let us soldier on. How do we soldier on? Let us aim these weapons, which does not run out of ammunition, towards our faiths, okay? In our denomination, where you belong, aim the weapon at these hypocrites. Tell them that the guns and the cups must carry value in the restoration of human dignity in Uganda and East Africa as all. We applaud the Catholics in Kenya. They speak. Ruto cannot just massacre people when they are looking. Brothers and sisters, Catholic Church, you are well versed in information, in history, and all those fields that are comprehensible to humanity, right? You want to convince me that you're devoid of the fact to what Museveni writes in his books? Where he stated in the book titled Mission to Freedom 1980 to 1995, where Museveni stated that in a dictatorship, he was castigating Obote, his master, a man who brought him. He was castigating Obote's regime, saying that in a fascist government, the judiciary only serves as a semblance of legality for the fascists to execute their dictates. Any man of integrity are being persecuted, killed, just to break their spirit, right? What is happening right now? Speaking of the judiciary, yesterday we received the information from ASP Asime of Bible and Politics indicating that the court in Masaka said that all the men who manage His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu security who were abducted, that their cases must be heard in the High Court, right? Now, they did not fix a date for them to be brought, to be tried, or anything of that sort. What they did, it is to give them time, according to the explanation of ASP Asime, and to any person, any accused person knows when you are being committed, and there is no fixed date of your return to court or trial, that means they are pouring dust on you. The philosophy reminds that justice delayed is justice denied, right? The Catholic Church, can you give us your basis of silence amidst all of this? Amidst all of this, what is faith? What is our faith? The faith is to believe that humanity must be harmonized by us. That is the Christ power. That is the Christ power. The Christ power that told the Pharisees that get a hell out of my Father's house. Museveni is messing the Holy Temple. That is the Constitution. So Catholic Church, you are quiet. When the Ugandans, people of Ubuntu, went to court on Wednesday, on Tuesday, to demand the unconditional release of their brothers and sisters, the Catholic Church did not have a voice to that one. People of Uganda spent almost 2 weeks announcing the resistance of unjust laws. The Catholic Church is quiet. Catholic Church is quiet. Catholic Church Uganda, you are quiet. Brothers and sisters, one day I was not contented by the action His Holiness Pope Francis did when he went to Rwanda, Kigali. Mr. Museveni was claiming that during the Rwanda genocide, a lot of Rwandese were killed in the church, a Catholic church, right? So, Catholic Church Rwanda had people there. How sure were they? To the extent that Pope went and washed the feet of a murderer who is not repentant by means of his conducts, means of his utterances, means of his hidden agenda. He is not repentant. But Pope Francis, I'm not saying that I'm righteous and Pope Francis did something bad, but it sent an image in us faithful people of the Catholic Church that investigations always must be there. Always must be there. Brothers and sisters, Pope Francis, on this day, we've been praying that you recover, the Lord recover your health, and you came back to the society, and you sent message of appreciation and gratitudefulness towards the congregants of the world and human people as a whole, right? Pope, we are saying the man who washed the feet, he is the man who is spilling innocent blood up to death. I think it's kind of 3 or 2 years ever since you performed that one. When Jesus washed the feet of the disciples, he told them, you are not all righteous. Right? Pope Francis, we are in a digitized era. Oh, man of God, we know your vision sees beyond our vision. Your mental faculties can access the chambers, the concealed chambers, which are meant to harmonize society. Oh, Pope Francis. Oh, Pope Francis. On this very Easter day, we are sending a message. We received the information credibly that you informed the dictator Yoweri Museveni that he must relinquish power to save his offspring. Oh, Pope Francis, this man rejected. And this man, he worked hand in hand with the man you washed the feet. You can see how irredeemable they are spiritually. Oh, Pope Francis, they are being trailed by innocent blood. Pope Francis, these people, they need a rehabilitation. And that rehabilitation is nothing but the courts of law. The courts of law. We are mortal. We are mortal. Repentance comes with a punishment. Oh, Pope Francis, brothers and sisters, this is the same Museveni the Catholic Church is shielding. This is the same Museveni who, according to Professor Ali Mahdi, wanted to compromise the integrity of the then Secretary General of United Nations, Elder late Kofi Annan. Museveni went to Kofi Annan trying to convince him to turn down the petition which was signed by Ugandans for Museveni to be indicted into the criminal court, right? Museveni wanted to compromise the integrity of Kofi Annan, but Kofi Annan being so visionary, he said there is no way I can do such a thing, right? Kofi Annan died. So a person who succeeded Kofi Annan, that was Elder Ban Ki-moon. Ban Ki-moon of Southern Korea, right? Now, when he served, we don't see him on the radar conniving with the dictators in Africa. After his tenure was elapsed, came Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres, the current Secretary General of United Nations. We see what you post on social media. You prioritize a lot in the environment change. Oh, Elder Antonio Guterres, did you know, have you noticed that Museveni's wicked heart is more pollutant than CO2 emission? Have you noticed that, Elder Antonio Guterres, with all due respect, leadership? Have you noticed that Museveni is more pollutant in nature than any machine generated by man, by any energy transmuted by man? Museveni's rate of wickedness cannot be surpassed by any CO2 emitted machine. No, Museveni is more detrimental towards environment than any other thing, right? If a person pleasures in destroying another soul, what else could be detrimental to humanity than that? That is Museveni. That is his entire embodiment. Don't you think that is a man who can dialogue? That is not a man who can debate on a matter. No. Accept my want or I'll kill you. That is Museveni. A lot have been said towards the Catholic Church. Brothers and sisters, the Catholic Church, my faith, I beg to submit. Brothers and sisters, I incorporated Don Elon Musk in my presentation today. Citation leadership, Don Elon Musk. Philosophy reminds us that conventionalism is the curse of modern philosophy. Brother, we have credible information and it's on public domain that you are bidding to engage into communication competition in Uganda by connecting us to Starlink. How grateful that will be. However, our skepticism roots from this point. Oh, Don Elon Musk, with all due respect, sir, we know you follow global affairs, the unfoldment of political events on the surface of the earth under the sun. You knew exactly how Mr. Museveni, who imposes to be the president of the Republic of Uganda, which he is not, said that, turned off the internet amidst the highly contested elections Uganda has ever had, or Uganda has ever have. Museveni switched off the internet, right? Now, Mr. Museveni, prior to your bidding into the communication sector of Uganda, we received the information, I think it's now 6 months ago, we received the information that Museveni, he is so fearful, he does not have any support. He cannot get any vote from the general public. And he is saying that any action of brutality will be recorded by a handheld gadget. That means if Starlink is there, everything will be flowing on the internet unhindered, right? We are looking forward to be connected to Starlink. But in the meantime, there is a hidden agenda of which we are expecting they are going to approve your bid, right? But it is detrimental according to the situation we're in. Why is it detrimental and very, very dangerous, sir? These people want to switch off the internet, and once they switch off the internet, they get a chance to assassinate Uganda's vision bearer, Uganda's elected president, Uganda's most esteemed leader, Uganda's most esteemed and visionary and rational leader, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. They want to assassinate him within that period when the internet is said to be upgraded, right? That is when Starlink is being connected. So, in that process, he is going to execute or eliminate or assassinate all these highly contesting and uncompromised souls. Elder Elon Musk, with all due respect, we know for the fact that you vibrate cosmically according to your standards and the things that you are pursuing, your aspirations, the unification of the human race, so that we can explore Mars and the distant galaxies together when the earth is well unified. There is no way you can diversify Uganda digitally when there is no unity. Political philosophy reminds us that diversity is dependent on unity. Without unity, diversity is unattainable. You cannot get it. So, Elon Musk, Don, you are a tech giant in the cosmos as we speak right now. But for now, we are looking forward for your assistance. How to expose Museveni? By not starting the process. We know you're gonna get it, but do not start the process of upgrading the system before the end of the general election. Please, before the end of general election. Don Elon Musk, with all due respect, sir, this is from us. We know who we're dealing with. He has massacred more than 6 million souls ever since he captured power. Uganda, if you can scan it digitally from the sky, you can see mass graves buried in all regions of Uganda. Oh, dear Elon Musk. Oh, dear Elon Musk. Listen to our just claims. Investigate our just claims. All medias, super house heavy medias on the continent of Africa, I will single one out I know of, that is SABC, South African Broadcasting Center. Please, if you have the courage to offer us refugeeship, why is it that you cannot legislate that Africa should have a media house that oversees the political unfoldment on the continent of Africa? Oh, SABC, the people of South Africa, the man at the bottom doesn't know what's happening in Uganda. All he knows that Omar Fair is chasing Ugandans out of, not chasing, but he is complaining of the influx of foreign nationals within the land. Why is it too hard for these stable economies to go and investigate what is the cause of this influx? What is chasing people out of their beloved motherlands and to come into a foreign land, well knowing what awaits them there? We are appealing unto you, the people of South Africa. We are appealing unto you to hold Museveni accountable. To hold Museveni accountable. The people of South Africa, as we speak, Museveni deployed a lot of henchmen within the society. They have Ugandan passports when they are not Ugandans. They are looking for people who are fighting for change, people like myself. They are many. They are looking for chances to take one by one cases. I can cite plenty of them. People who have fallen victim of Museveni's brutality in diaspora. So we are saying, only the truth will set us free, brothers and sisters. Oh, Elder Elon Musk, please. Oh, SABC, South Africa. Oh, the people of South Africa. The people of South Africa, you should summon the ambassador of Uganda in Pretoria to ask him our just claims. We will stand before him, before the courts of justice, and we cite cases, and we debate these things, and we dissect matters that leads us into freeing our country. Summon the ambassador, the leadership of South Africa, summon the ambassador. Call the people of Uganda. Let us lay our claim before you. Let you be the judge. According to the thing we say and the facts and the evidence. Brothers and sisters, the Christ power that have just risen, the Christ power that rose 2025 years ago, it is still the Christ power. It is still the power of St. Paul was proclaiming the word. It is the same Christ power. The environment should not source what it means to carry a cross. What does a cross symbolizes? What is its significance? It must be a cross of equality. A cross that means that makes a man to be rational in thinking. If you subject your fellow human being to despicable deeds, brothers and sisters, it will come back to you. In my Hermetic philosophy, in the 7 principles of truth, we have the 5th principles, which is called rhythm. And it says that everything flows, everything has tides, everything rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the left is the measure of the swing to the right. Rhythm compensates. So if you do things based on your egoistic need, brothers and sisters, you are going to attain them, but just for a moment. Remember, a moment in God's eyes can take 40 years. Now, imagine a physicist giving an illustration in terms of motion, right? He draws a straight line and a curved line, starting on the same point and finishing on the same point, right? Now, he holds two ping pong balls and he let go of them at once. One on the straight line, another one on a curved line, right? So he let go of them. Surprisingly, the one on the straight line, a mind unacquainted with physics laws would think that this one on the straight line is gonna go faster than this one on the curve with the curve, because the curved one seemed to be long and the straight one to be moving fast. They are all sloppy, right? But surprisingly, the result, when the scientists or physicists demonstrated, the result was that the one which went on the curve reached the destination first than the one which went on the straight line. So if we bring that into our day-to-day life, imagine His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu reciting the words of Martin Luther Jr. the King, saying that the arc of the universe is too long. When you hear the arc, it's too long. That means bending. But it always bends towards justice. Now, in comparison, a straight line with regards to matters of politics or matters of leadership, one may think that a child of a politician, he is moving on a straight line because utopia is guaranteed, right? He is moving on a straight line, right? Now, the child of a layman in Uganda, a land cultivator, a border rider, a tax rider, a mama who cooks food on the street vendors. This child is passing a long arc. Sometimes he misses school. That is a curve which is not seen. But at the end of the day, this child, the process he goes through by means of that curve, it is a school. It is a school. It is a school whereby you encounter the rapid descending, and then, you experience the rapid descending, and then you encounter a steep ascending. You understand? That is experience. Now, a child of a politician, he is living well. Suppose we are talking about Mathias Mpuuga, right? His children, they are all well off. But project that one within 5 years. Because Mathias Mpuuga is not going back to parliament and we are toppling Museveni. Meaning, the tribunals of inquiries, plenty of them in every region are going to be established, right? When we speak of inquiries, that is mean who involved in what massacre, who connived with who, and who was slain by means of thy connivance. So brothers and sisters, let us all watch the arc of the universe because it leads to justice. When you take the arc, my brother, the destination, it is seen. Along the way, people watching, other beings on the surface of the earth are watching your sojourning of the ark. And they're watching the one who's moving on a straight line, how faster he accumulates abnormal wealth. People are being perplexed. So, children of those politicians who are greedy in nature, tell them that this utopia you are showing us is nothing but detrimental to our future. Probably you will be gone. Stop taking us to international schools while stealing the money that is supposed to facilitate universal education. Stop taking us to case clinic, to international hospital, while you're stealing the money which is supposed to put medicine in Mulago Hospital. Children of politicians, You children who think that you within the reach of utopia, you are doomed. Museveni is going down. Brothers and sisters, Museveni is going down. Global citizens, fellow Ugandans in diaspora, especially here in South Africa, in the Eastern Cape, where I'm based, we are demanding answers. Why are we not engaging in exposing Museveni? Museveni is killing people. Leadership in South Africa. Museveni is spreading pathogens. He wants to lock Uganda, to put back into lockdown as it was in COVID-19, when he managed to reach the votes, when he managed to control the crowds. Brothers and sisters, we need to show the world that this is a protesting vote. And the word protest must be prioritized than vote. The word protest should be given emphasis more than vote, because we've been voting for the past 40 years. Okay? Not to say that we must not vote, because Museveni has no right to make us hate the worldly accepted process of ushering in a new leadership, that is via election or ballot boxes. You understand? We did that and we ostracized him, demonic as he is, out of our political institution. He clinged on to power. Brothers and sisters, the Christ power that resides within your being should manifest, should stand in the boldest attempts, in the boldest fashion, to claim a spot on this sensitive plate of rational thinking. This is matters of leadership. We are vibrating rationally. Brothers and sisters, these parliamentarians, we need to look them straight in the eye. Students in the school, my brother, you are studying for nothing as we speak. When Janet Museveni, she is piled up with in that Ministry of Education. Students, it is high time that you put those books down. Let us do away with the evil, with the reproach, with the calamity, which excels in nothing else but killing. Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, the Christ power should mean something. Should mean something. The Christ power. He never allowed people to tramp on over others. No. He allowed people to access him. Even though the Pharisees and the so-called 12 disciples who were first to deny him. This one here brings us to our brother. A brother who trying to negate the involvement of foot soldiers in the restoration of human dignity in Uganda. My brother, as far as history is concerned, what you did, you denied the intuitive conviction bestowed by Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, by the Holy Spirit, that is God. You denied his intuitiveness. You denied him being smart artistically. You denied him being smart. You denied him being smart. When you say that he's not smart, you mean that he does not think rationally. Anybody who thinks rationally, that person is a smart person. My brother, we see you, both of you. You are defectees. Thus, we cannot trust you. You defected from an ideology. There is nothing evil than a person who commits adultery on an ideology. My brother, you want to eliminate your brother from another mother, or your brother from another mother. My brother, you want to destroy. You are the carrier. You are the carrier. We see you. We see you. We see you. Brothers. As we continue to embrace the leadership of Yoweri Museveni, let us tell him that It is high time to show the world that the parliament is under siege. Please, the more we sit there, we legitimize Museveni on the international scale. People think that you are legislating. Whenever you sit into that thing, the world thinks that you are debating matters. Any law that is being, any policy that is being signed into law, it is well legitimized because the alternative government is in the parliament during and after debate and the passing of it. Please, do not make us think that you are conniving. My brother, take out the leadership at least for 3 months. At least give Museveni an ultimatum to present the people. At least give Museveni an ultimatum to bring the post-mortem of Segirinya Muhammad. Brothers and sisters, this is the reality. We applaud your leadership, oh dear Joel Senyonyi. We applaud you. We respect you. And we have no doubt in the services rendered to humanity so far. Not only to Uganda, you bring sanity back into Uganda for the whole human race. Uganda is diverse, it is well diverse. And it is a country of which you can say it is a cosmopolitan, right? Different people are residing within Uganda. So brothers and sisters, this is what we signed for. This is what we signed for. We want the restoration of human dignity. I beg to submit, global citizens, the people of South Africa, the people, decision makers in African Union, the people in the Parliament of Africa, Pan-African Parliament, the entire leadership of SABC, please aim your torches at the country known as Uganda. Aim your torches in East Africa region as a whole. There is a lot of hypocrisy taking place right there. And the people who are perpetuating the massacring of people have a lot of influence in these governing bodies on a continental scale. I beg to submit Bob the Mechanic,